guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new and just tuning in, hello and welcome. So I am doing a little bit of a blog. Well, not blog, vlog, because it is a video blog. Don't mind my crazy eyebrows. I haven't had a chance to get them threaded or anything. I have surgery tomorrow, so it's been a while since I talked about this because it was a long process, but I'll go through with you what I had to do, and then I will be, tonight is my last night before surgery. So I'll just kind of start from the beginning and work my way through to what will be happening tomorrow, and then I will be showing you guys tomorrow me going in and getting set up in the OR, and then after surgery how I'm feeling and everything in between that I can record. So I'm excited and completely nervous. Surgeries are surgeries. They can go either way. This surgery in particular isn't a risky surgery per se, but some of the things that can happen during surgery are always risky. And so I'm of course nervous. I am anxious mostly. I don't do well with impatience. I mean, I have a lot of impatience, essentially. I would prefer things get done immediately and not have to worry anymore. So I am going to be taking some of my sleep meds tonight to ensure that I go to bed and am not up all night waiting for the surgery, because I can't do it. So let's start from a little bit of the beginning. I won't give you a whole lot, just because there is another video up called "I'm Back!" Crazy experiences, that talks a little bit about my health journey and what I'm doing. But essentially I am doing the R&Y gastric bypass procedure for my stomach for weight loss, and I have been, for the past 8 months, been trying to get this on the books and scheduled and done. So it is finally scheduled for tomorrow, and I'm very excited. I have had previously bad doctors doctors that would say, okay, let's do it, and then forgot. And so I've never been able to get it done, or get any information on it to move forward. So finally, I actually met someone that had the surgery more recently than my mom has, because my mom had the surgery 20 years ago with a different doctor in a different state. So I didn't have any information on who to talk to or what places did it that's covered by the insurance that I have. I finally found someone that has the same exact insurance plan under the same medical provider. Well, not the same medical provider, the same subnet group of insurance. It's complicated, but somebody that did the same procedure and who knew who could do it in the city that I live in. And she's been amazing, been helping me. She gave me several bags of clothes for just after surgery, and moving on in the process down to like a size medium or even some smalls of clothes, because she's now like petite. And so she gave me all of them for free, and I'm excited because there's some cute stuff in there, a lot of cute stuff in there. And so essentially I had to do 6 classes spread out over the course of 6 months. Unfortunately, you could only do 1 class in a month. Otherwise, I would have been done in 6 days, or even a day. If I could have done all the classes in one, I would have been done, if that were a possibility. But they want it to be stretched out just so that way you have a chance to, I guess, change your mind or let it sink in that it's actually happening and prepare yourself mentally, physically, everything. They want you to get a little bit healthier if you can, change your meals up as much as possible, cut out as much carbs and sugar as I can, so that way when I have the surgery, I'm not A, craving those things as much, and B, I'm already used to not eating those things as much, so I'd be less inclined to eat those things after surgery. And so I've done that, and I've done the classes. There were 6 over the course of 6 months, like I said, 1 a month. And then during some of those months, I had testing done. I had a fibro scan. I had an ultrasound of my abdomen. I had a, I can't think right now, an endoscopy. It had an endoscopy that sucked. Well, I mean, it didn't suck too bad, but my throat was sore afterwards, which is normal. And I found out I had acid reflux, essentially. I can't think of the word. It's kind of like gastritis, but it's not that. I don't know the medical terminology, but essentially, like, I need gas relief. And I also found out I had a gallstone. I found out that I have sleep apnea, mild. So I had a sleep test done, of course, and I have a CPAP machine now. I have to take that with me to the surgery tomorrow. But it's possible that I might not need it. Afterwards, I'll have to do another sleep test to be sure. Once I've lost a lot of weight. It depends on like how I sleep and if it's occurring because of the way I sleep or if it's occurring because of my weight, and it's possible that it's not related. And it's just weird that I used to not have it and now I do, because I've been tested before and I didn't have it. But things change in your life, just like I'm now allergic to peppers when I used to not be, which odd, right? Of all the things I could become allergic to, it had to be peppers, like all the peppers. The only kind of pepper I can have is black pepper because it's a peppercorn, and white pepper because it's a peppercorn too, but that's it. And then, so I had those tests, and then I had a follow-up with my doctor, and we went over everything. She submitted for insurance approval. And I think 2 weeks or so later, they scheduled for surgery. And of course, it wasn't going to be until October, which is like 2 months later than now. I don't know when this will get posted because I have several other videos that are first. But today is August 4th, going on August 5th, which is my surgery date, and it was supposed to not be until October, mid-October sometime. Then they called a few weeks ago and rescheduled for September, and then a day and a half or a day later, something like that, they called and rescheduled for today or tomorrow. And so I'm ready. I had already cleared it with my boss that if there was an earlier date, I would be taking it no matter when it was, that I needed to have the surgery for my health and that it was very important to me. He was understanding, which is crazy to me because he's not been understanding he's understanding of things I need to take off for, but he's never been a pleasant guy to work for per se. Some stuff is fun and some stuff is like he's yelling at me for things I didn't do wrong, or he thinks I did wrong but I didn't, and he's just a little bit rude. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say on that in this video. But I told him that and he said okay, and so when I told him that it was gonna be this week, he said, oh, okay, that's fine. And that I would need 2 weeks off, that's fine. And then I found out really late, like this week late, on Monday, that Wednesday, which was yesterday, I would have to quarantine myself after the COVID test on Wednesday morning. So Wednesday I wouldn't be able to work, and Thursday, which originally I thought I would just need Friday off. So that didn't go as planned, but thankfully he was fine with that and is making it work. So I haven't been at work yesterday or today, and I won't be tomorrow because of course that's the surgery date. But Monday I didn't have work because I had my pre-op appointment, and then Wednesday I had my pre-op testing, and so I had blood work drawn, a liver panel, CBC and differential, a basic metabolic panel, and an EKG done, x-ray of the chest, frontal to back and side, just in the side, side to side. And they're I said a COVID test, I think, yeah. And I think that's it. Oh, they checked my hemoglobin, my A1C. And so everything checked out. I'm COVID negative, which is hallelujah, because they would have canceled the surgery, and it could have been who knows how many more months until my surgery. So I am COVID negative. I've been quarantining since the COVID test, so I should not have it now. My mom's also been quarantined since the test, since before the test, so neither of us could have it. And so I am good to go for tomorrow. I have no symptoms. Then I have not been able to eat at all today, at all. I can have liquids, like juice or water. I can have not milkshakes, but protein shakes, because they are they don't have any chunks in them at all. So I can have Premier protein shakes, which is what I've been drinking. I had a Premier protein shake earlier for breakfast. And then I was going to have lunch, but I didn't. And then I was going to have dinner, but I didn't. I don't have an appetite thanks to my Trulicity, which is for my diabetes. But post-op, I will not be on Trulicity anymore, most likely. So that might come back. But honestly, that doesn't matter to me if it comes back, because that'll actually help to have an appetite, because appetite is good so long as I don't overindulge. And the stomach being shrunk will help to stop the overindulging, which is what I have an issue with when I do eat, is that I will eat too much, but my stomach will not allow that at this point with the surgery. So I think I'll be good to go so long as I have, an appetite and can remind myself that I need to eat throughout the day, small amounts, which is what you're supposed to do to keep your protein up and to keep your water up. You have to drink throughout the day, sips and sips all day. So I think that will be the perfect mixture. And the last thing that I had to do is tonight I had to shower with a specific sponge that had a certain soap on it. I had to clean my fingernails and my hands, in between my hands and my forearms, because that's where they're putting the IV in. And then I had to clean my abdomen area, belly area, because that is where they will be making the incision for my surgery, and they want it clean. And then I have to do that again tomorrow morning before I go in for surgery. So I will be doing that. My surgery is at 7:30. Well, it's at 9:30, but 7:30 is my arrival time. So they have time to go over everything with me, go over what will happen after surgery, in recovery and all of that. Make me sign all of the paperwork, and get changed, put my IV in, all of that good stuff. Will be happening tomorrow morning at 7:30 till 9:30 when my appointment actually is for the surgery. And I will be waking up at 6:30 to shower, with the same, well, not the same sponge. They gave me a second one in a package, to use for tomorrow morning. And I have no idea why I have to use two of them, but it's how it goes. So, and then following surgery, I will be having just liquid, essentially clear liquids, until I'm able to sustain that. And then following, I will be adding like soft foods, like non-chewy foods, like pudding or Jello. and that kind of thing. So I'm extremely nervous for that because I don't do well with like not eating. And so, although I haven't eaten today, and I've had no urges to really eat, besides for lunch, because my mom made lunch and it smelled really good. She's like, I'm going to inadvertently lose weight because of you, aren't I? And I was like, well, you can eat. I just can't. And she's like, okay, I'm going to eat. And I was like, rude. But it is what it is. I'm going to be a lot healthier, so I could not ask for anything more than that. So for procedure, there's a bunch of possibilities that might occur: blood clots, hemorrhaging, an embolic stroke, things like that. And so those are, of course, concerns that could end in complications or death. But then there's also anesthesia, which is normal, and I've never had a problem with it, so I'm not worried a bit about the anesthesia. I'm actually excited for the anesthesia because I don't have to feel anything. And then the only thing is, my concern is that on the paperwork it said if you have any gallstones or an inflamed gallbladder, that they would be removing it. And so they have a scope down there because it's laparoscopic surgery initially. They have a scope down there, and if they see anything wrong with your liver, they'll do a liver biopsy. And if they see anything wrong with your gallbladder and in your gallbladder, they will remove the gallbladder. And so that's what I'm most concerned about, because that makes the increase from like 0.5% of a risk factor for the surgery to a lot higher. I don't know how high, but it's higher because it's a big incision versus laparoscopic. And so it will either be there's cause for infection, there's cause for bleeding and clotting and things like that. There's cause for bacteria infections, things like that. And so I'm concerned about that because of the gallstone that I do have. But other than that, I don't have any concerns. And my mom did have complications with her surgery, and she did just fine. They gave her a bigger incision and she did just fine. So I'm fine either way, and I don't care if I have a scar. So it's not like it's an important matter for me. I have scars on my knee already from my knee injury, and so I don't really care. I have stretch marks. Those are always going to be there. I'm going to have fat that just won't go away. Well, not fat, but skin that just won't go away unless I get surgery for that, which is not covered and extremely expensive. I'm going to have things that I'm just going to have to deal with as far as skin goes. And I'm honestly okay with that because it means that I'm going to be a million times healthier, which is all I could ask for. And so, yeah, that is it for this portion, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the surgery. So I'm probably just going to be recording going in, checking in, and then waiting to be brought back. And then maybe I will record the IV if they'll allow me, and anything that they'll allow me to record. That'll be something that I'll do. And then, and then I'll do a post-op. But I will also record when I'm changing. I'll show you guys what I look like now, and then you guys can look back on this when I do a before and after. And so it'd be really cool. And I guess that's it. And I will see you guys tomorrow, which will be a few seconds from now for you guys. Alright guys, so I'm at the hospital and I'm getting checked in. I will communicate in a little bit. Hey guys, so I'm out of surgery. My voice is really hoarse, but I made it. They didn't remove my gallbladder. Pimple must have burst, I guess. They didn't remove the gallbladder, and I'm in recovery. Well, I'm in my room now. I was in recovery, but in recovery I couldn't record, and I was in a lot of pain. I'm still kind of in some pain. So this will be the last of recording until I am feeling a lot better. So it went well though. Hey guys, so I forgot to record when I first got out of surgery because I was, of course, under anesthesia, and it was kind of not possible to record. I didn't have my phone until I got into the actual room that I was staying in, and so that was difficult. And then they, of course, gave me pain meds because the surgery was painful, and so I knocked out for hours. And then my mom came to visit, and I did some laps around the walking. So it's been a little bit of a day, but I promised you guys an update and a new section to this video. So I had to hop on for a second and record. I'm in my hospital room now. I am overnight. I'm here overnight, and I will possibly be going home tomorrow, and this is TMI for a lot of you guys, but it's only if I pass gas. It doesn't have to be if I poop, just pass gas. But I've been peeing all right, drinking all right. I'm on a liquid diet, so I can't have anything besides like a popsicle, some Jell-O, water, lemonade, things like that. And it's like I think it's a sugar-free lemonade, of course, because they're trying to keep me from having what's called the dumps, which I won't go into because it's also disgusting and more disgusting than just passing gas, so, which is natural, of course. So I won't explain that, but if you guys wanted to do some research on that, feel free. If that's something that you're looking into, bariatric surgery, that would be a great thing to look up for yourself. It's called dumping syndrome. And yes, it is a lot like how it sounds. It has to do with the other thing I mentioned, that end. But I'm doing okay now. The payments have been okay. I'm about to get some more, so I'm probably gonna go to sleep, even though it's only about 9 o'clock right here, right now. But I just wanted to hop on and say how today's been. I was in quite a lot of pain coming out of surgery. My underboob on my left side really hurts, and they said that that's because they fill you up with air in there to get to your stomach and everything, so it's like stuck in there kind of right now, and it's slowly dissipating, so it hurts a little bit to breathe. And so I have this thing that I have to suck on, not like blow, but suck on it, suck the air out of it until it gets up to the well, at least above this line right here, all the way up, so like right in here, and there's the other half of it, and I have to do that I think 10 times every hour, but I haven't been doing it because I've either been asleep or walking, which also helps with the passing of the air in my body and prevents me from clotting in my blood, which is always good. And I have some leg pump things on right now, so they're pumping, not pumping my legs, but they're filling up with air around my legs, kind of like a blood pressure cup does, except on my legs, and it doesn't take my blood pressure, and it comes in and out on each side, and so it's helping the blood circulate essentially. And I've been getting my blood pressure checked every hour, and I've been getting my heart rate checked all the time. I have an IV in right there. It had to go in my hand because all the other veins, of course, didn't work. I have my allergy band and my hospital band on. I am allergic to one of the diabetes medications that's usually first given, so there's a lot going on. And yes, it looks like that for real. It looks like blood, but it's not. It was from the popsicle. My tongue is also red. But I've been okay. so far. So far, so good. Pain, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. I think this is going to be the end of the video, until I have more to update you on. Maybe throughout the week, I'll update you, of recovery and show you if I've lost any weight, which I should likely lose weight in the first month, hardcore. So I'm excited for that. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. So here I am next morning, up and about and walking. I've been on a few walks yesterday, but I'm working on that right now. I'm actually gonna come take a little break right now. I've gone around about 2.5 blocks around my floor, so it's time for a little break. I did pass a tiny bit of gas last night, but not enough to where it's considered a go home amount. So I'm still working on that. Yeah, I wish you could see my view because it's beautiful. I'll have to show you guys tomorrow if I can remember. But yeah, nothing's going too bad. I'm still in pain, taking pain meds, but other than that, I am feeling generally all right, and can't wait to start losing. So I ended up staying in the hospital another night because I'm in pain. I'm on a walk right now. It's just like right underneath here. There's a lot of sharp shooting pains, so they're keeping me until I can gain some pain management. So that's the little update I have for you guys.